Let's look at the prompt. Which choice describes the overall structure of the text? And let's start reading. According to Indian economist and sociologist, the Eurocentric concepts that informed the early 20th century social scientific methods, for example, the idea that all social relations are reducible to struggles between individuals, had little relevance for India. Making the social sciences more responsive to Indians' needs, he argued, required constructing analytical categories informed by India's current cultural and ecological circumstances. He thus proposed the communalist Indian village as the ideal model on which to base Indian economic and social policy. So we're seeing that the dominant idea, the Eurocentric concepts that inform the social scientific methods, for example, the idea of struggles between individuals, were not really relevant for India. So to make the social sciences sort of more in line with Indians' needs, he argued we had to construct categories that had more to do with what's going on in India. Therefore, he proposed the idea of the Indian village as the ideal model on which to base Indian economic and social policy. So there's sort of a new sort of paradigm or a new understanding of how people relate to one another. And that model, which was called the Indian village, was sort of the basis of how Indian economic and social policy was formed. So let's look at the answers. The text recounts his early training in the disciplines and then lists policies whose implementation he oversaw. We didn't really see his early training, and we didn't really see the policies that came from that. We kind of see a contrast between what was the European concept, the Eurocentric concept, and this other sort of alternative concept. B, the text mentions some of the economic theories and then traces their impact on Indian social scientists. We're not really seeing any impact on other social scientists. C, the text presents his critique of the social sciences and then provides an example of his attempt to address the issues he identified. That's perfect. The critique was that it was Eurocentric and it was not relevant, and his attempts to address it are the idea of the creation of the Indian village and basing policy on that. So D, the text explains an influential economic theory and then demonstrates how the theory was more important to his work than other sociologists have acknowledged. So the influential theory was not more important. It was something he didn't agree with and something that he kind of found an alternative to. So we can definitely get rid of D. And the answer is C.